For many years, Greece has been consistently ranked as one of the most popular destinations in Europe. It features a rich history, numerous islands, luxurious beaches, ancient orthodox sanctuaries, fascinating scenery, and delicious Mediterranean cuisine. At the same time, every part of the country has so many distinctive aspects that you can explore it for years. In this video, we compiled a short summary of the 10 most interesting places in Greece which should be visited at least once in a lifetime. But before we begin, make sure you've subscribed to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with future content. Number 10. The Saronic Islands are the closest to Athens, so it's easy to get here even if your stay is limited to the capital. The largest island in the archipelago is Salamin, but Aegina, Poros, and Hydra are real travel attractors. In ancient times, Aegina rivaled Athens on an equal footing for a long time, and a testament to the islanders' achievements is the majestic ruins of the ancient temple of Apphia. Among the more modern sites in Aegina is the Church of St. Nectarios, one of the largest Orthodox churches in Greece. Poros, drowning in greenery, became famous as the center of the cult of Poseidon in antiquity, and today its atmospheric capital has become a popular destination for day trips by Athenians. Hydra, an island of Greek maritime glory, is equally interesting. During the Greek War of Independence, early 19th century, Hydra's ships formed the nucleus of the rebel fleet. Hydra's formidable fortifications and extraordinarily rich architecture testify to the times when the island's merchant fleet was considered one of the largest in the Mediterranean. Number 9. Chalkidiki Peninsula, shaped like a trident, is primarily known for its extremely clean sea and well-maintained beaches. No wonder why, even in Greece, famous for its coasts, Chalkidiki firmly holds the leadership in the number of blue flags for the cleanliness, environmental friendliness, and quality infrastructure of the beaches. Each of the fingers of the peninsula has its own characteristics. Cassandra is famous for its infrastructure and intensive nightlife. Sithonia is known for its pine forest and beautiful coastline, while the third finger of the trident is renowned for being home to one of the most important centers of world orthodoxy, the holy mountain Athon. The capital of Greek Macedonia, Thessaloniki, is no less fascinating. With a population of over 1 million, Thessaloniki attracts travelers with its numerous sites from the early Christian and Byzantine periods. During the late Middle Ages and before the capture of Constantinople by the Ottomans, Thessaloniki was home to about 200,000 inhabitants and was considered the second most important Christian center of the empire. Nowadays, Thessaloniki continues to be one of the most important Balkan cities, famous for its port and university, and often referred to as the culinary capital of Greece. Number 8. Rhodes is one of the most popular Greek islands, and it's not only because of its natural beauty and abundance of resorts and beaches. Settled in Neolithic times, Rhodes was one of the famous centers of an ancient civilization. It reached its greatest heyday in the 3rd century BC, when one of the 7 wonders of the world, the giant statue of Helios, the famous Colossus of Rhodes, was built at the entrance to the port. The island got its second lease of life during the late Middle Ages, when the Knights Hospitallers, who had taken possession of the island, built their main citadel here. Although the Ottomans eventually conquered Rhodes, its old town is still considered one of the best preserved examples of fortification architecture in Europe. The main attractions of Rhodes also include the Acropolis of Lindos, the second most important in Greece, the Valley of Butterflies, the 7 Springs, the Church of the Virgin Mary Simbica, and Prosonisi Cape, the meeting place of the Mediterranean and the Aegean Seas. Number 7. The island of Mykonos belongs to the Cyclades group and is considered one of the most bohemian islands in the Mediterranean and the Greek Ibiza. Mykonos owes its popularity and status largely to the billionaire Aristotle Onassis. He traveled through the Cyclades and revealed it to the world as an ideal place for rich and famous people. Following Onassis, the elite of European society were attracted to Mykonos, and within a few decades, the most ordinary island became a mecca of expensive tourism. At the same time, Mykonos has not lost its authenticity. Its capital, Hora, is famous for its Little Venice, windmills, and open cobblestone streets, with a background of dazzling white houses. During the summer months, the most popular DJs from all over the world come here, and the local clubs compete regarding the magnitude of the parties held. Even Greeks who are indifferent to clubbing never cease to admire Mykonos, saying that the local beaches are considered among the best in all of Greece. Number 6. The opening of the Corinth Canal in 1893 added an extra attraction to the Peloponnese, but also separated it from the mainland and turned it into a full-fledged island. However, the Peloponnese has never been a landmark without the canal, and even the names of the settlements remind us of history and myths. Among them are Corinth, Nemea, Argos, and of course, the severe Sparta. A special place on the map of the Peloponnese is occupied by the ancient Mycenae, whose king led the campaign against the legendary Troy, the birthplace of the Olympics Olympia, and beautifully preserved ancient theater Epidaurus, the stage of which still presents the works of ancient Greek classics. The Peloponnese also remained an important center of Greek civilization in the following era. In Mystra's village, the last Byzantine emperor Constantine XI was crowned. In the monastery of Aegina Lavra, Metropolitan Herman of Patara proclaimed the beginning of the National Liberation War. And Nafplion, soaked in Venetian color, became the first capital of reborn Greece. Number 5. Corfu, or as the Greeks call it, Kerkyra, is a real gem in the Ionian Sea. First of all, Corfu captivates with its green and rich vegetation, which can't be compared to the Cyclades and Dodecanese Islands. Secondly, it is the part of the country where the Ottoman conquest never took place. Venetian rule lasted until the end of the 18th century, after which the Italians were replaced by the French and later by the British. No wonder Corfu's architecture is so strikingly different from that of the mainland, and its old town is much closer to Italian rather than Greek traditions. Among the sights of the capital are the old and new fortress, the Palace of St. Michael and St. George, the aristocratic Liston Street, Mouse Island, and the magnificent Spianata Square. Outside the capital, the Palace of Achillean, the bay in Paleokastritsa, considered the most beautiful on the island, as well as Sidari and Paralades, famous for its natural sights, deserve attention. Visiting Corfu during the Easter holidays is considered a great opportunity, as the island is famous for its unusual traditions far beyond Greece. Number 4. Hardly a dozen cities in the world can boast such an ancient, deep, and distinctive history as Athens. As early as the 5th century BC, thanks to its powerful navy and advanced political structure, Athens became the most important center of the entire Mediterranean. A silent witness to that era, the majestic Parthenon has dominated the city for more than 2,000 years, a daily reminder of Greece's role in European civilization. But Athens is more than just the Acropolis. A rich archaeological museum, the most significant ancient temple of Olympian Zeus, the atmospheric Plaka and Monastiraki neighborhoods, and, of course, one of the most spectacular changing of the guard ceremonies in the world. And although the modern city is far from being an ideal architectural model, where social contradictions are perceived more keenly than anywhere else, Athens has its own charm, whether because of the city's history or because of the easygoing spirit of the Greeks themselves, or maybe because of the amazing properties of the antique air and light, which create a special mood in the city. Number 3. The small Greek town of Kalambaka would most likely remain off the main tourist routes if there were not Meteora, one of Greece's most important natural and religious sites. In Greek, meteora means soaring in the air, and this name best reflects the essence of this place. Travelers know Meteora first as a center of orthodox monasticism, leading its history since the 10th century. At its greatest heyday, there were more than 20 monasteries, as well as many cells, chapels, and hermitage caves. Only 6 monasteries are still active, but this special place continues to attract visitors even if they are indifferent to religion. Like birds' nests, the monasteries are perched on the tops of huge cliffs, reaching heights of 600 meters. It is said that the unusual shape of the relief against the smooth Thessaly plain is because many millions of years ago, these rocks were the stony bottom of a prehistoric sea. Number 2. The largest and most populous of the Greek islands, Crete, is a real state within a state, with its own history, culture, and traditions. As early as in the Bronze Age, Crete became the center of the powerful Minoan civilization, and the ruins of its palaces, preserved until today, excite the imagination of travelers. Knos, located on the outskirts of the modern capital Heraklion, is considered the most famous of them. It is a palace associated with the myths of the legendary King Milos, the labyrinth, and of course, the Minotaur. Moreover, the cave where Rhea hid the future supreme god from his father Kronos is invariably included in the list of the island's main attractions. However, Crete is not just about antiquity. For more than 400 years, it was part of the Republic of Venice, and for another 200, it was part of the Ottoman Empire. Their varied and rich heritage is especially tangible in the major cities of the northern coast, Heraklion, Rethymno, and Chania. Finally, Crete is also a constellation of natural attractions, many of which, such as the Samaria Gorge or Balos Bay, are the list of the most popular places in Greece. Number 1. Greek islands are amazing in their diversity, but still, Santorini has a special place among their incredible abundance. This tiny volcanic island has long ceased to be just a resort, becoming a real hallmark of the whole country. Colorful beaches and a dormant volcano, flowers and windmills, donkeys, and endless blue sea from a steep 1,000 feet balcony covered with white houses. It is impossible to confuse Santorini with any other place in the world, and this is what makes it unique. Of course, it has its own ancient history, legends of eruptions in Atlantis, museums, and numerous temples, but these are just facets that complement its incredible magnetism for travelers. Should we be surprised that Santorini is one of the 10 most desirable and unusual islands in the world? We're curious to hear your opinion about this video in the comments. At this point, we get to the end of our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon and give this video a big thumbs up.